different changes, as well as about 50 changes in the background that they're not wanting to advertise here. I'm going to be going over the patch notes with you in this video, and then this will be a 3-part video. I'm going to go over the patch notes, I'm going to go over the character changes, and the gameplay of the new ranked mode is going to be one of the best things that we can try out right now because it is brand new and I am excited to see what's going to be going on here. But there are a lot of changes. Some of them are very bad, however some of them are pretty good for the future of the game. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into it. Alright guys, so first thing to jump into it, let's take a look at the patch notes for the new update. So, we have the fixer. When the world's elite have problems they are desperate to solve and no one else can help, the fixer soon approaches with a solution and a deal. He is a peerless marksman, and should one choose to accept his terms, it comes at a steep price. He deals in favors and you never know when he'll come to collect. So, he sounds like an assassin, and a very dirty one at that. I wonder what pens him in the Rogue Company. We might want to look up the lore for him. Okay, let's talk about his weapons, because both of them are new. I have heard that there are 2 new primaries, and I'm not sure who got the other one. Maybe this D3DI is the other one, and it just doesn't have stats about it. That also could be a pre-existing weapon that I just am not sure about. But it says here that the tier is a bolt-action 50 cal sniper rifle. Body damage is 70, which means that your headshot damage is going to be fatal. Yeah, it should be fatal headshot damage no matter what. Fire rate 3.85. In accordance to the other sniper, I believe that's slower. I want to say that's slower than Phantom Sniper. But it also appears to do around the same damage, which is kind of weird to me. Range is 50. I haven't paid much attention to the range stats with this game, so once we start doing weapon reviews and checking into the stats, I'll be able to tell you more or not if that's good. But I'm assuming, being a sniper, it's going to be able to hit from just about any range, and it also probably has perks to increase and maybe even nullify its damage range like Phantom Sniper does. Handling is 15. That is pretty good. Not as good as you would expect from a rifle that looks kind of like the one in the picture here, but it's pretty good. The mag size is only 2. Now, the mag size only being 2, that's kind of concerning to me, because with it being bolt action and having a really low fire rate like that, I would hope that it had more than 2 in a mag. So I don't know how usable his primary is going to be here. I'm really hoping he has another primary, but I'm assuming he's not going to. And then the reload time is 2.4 seconds. So 2.4 seconds, taking that amount of time to reload every single time you fire 2 shots is not going to be very handy, especially considering you have to wait 3.85 seconds to fire in between shots. So you're essentially looking at about a little like 6.25 seconds for the usage time of 2 shots of this weapon. Yeah. Overall, the no tier is it's questionable at best, and I don't know how we're going to like it. Alright, let's get into his secondary. We have the Warrant. It's a low-profile and lightweight semi-automatic firearm with a fast rate of fire. Its body damage is 21. For a semi-automatic, that's okay. It's nothing like the Executioner. Already not knowing how I'm going to like it, but I'm hoping that it's good with the rest of its stuff. Its fire rate is much higher than the Executioner's. The range is 14. Handling is 28. Handling is good. Being a sidearm, you would expect that, though. The range is actually pretty good on it, but it does have pretty high damage fall off for a sidearm. The Executioner, I know, has higher range than that, usually, unless they've nerfed it. The mag size is 15. Um, I'd say firing off a shot with his sniper and then switching to the sidearm is going to be your best play, which I know is a play with Phantom as well. And then you've got a reload time of 1.7. That's pretty good for a sidearm. I wouldn't be upset if I was having to use that. And then we have gadgets. He has the new cluster smoke. I'm going to be showcasing this for you here in just a little while because I myself have also not seen it. Now, I'm assuming I can kind of see what it's going to do. It's just going to be a giant smoke grenade, but maybe it'll do more, like he'll be able to see enemies through it or something. We'll have to find that out. He has C4 as well. I myself am a huge fan of C4. I play Anvil quite often, so C4 is one of my favorite things. He has shredder rounds. That is the rounds that allow you to do more damage to deployables. Berserker, not able to remember what that one is. I wish they would have put in more about what each of them do. Helping Hand is revive enemies faster. Bounce Back is get your life back faster. It's reduce your cooldown on your health regen. And then Life Drain is getting a knock, is going to instantly heal you for a lot of health over a short amount of time. And Headstrong is the additional 25 armor, I'm pretty sure. So he has a lot of survivability, it looks like. Not a lot of ammo. I really wish he had getting a knock regens your ammo. That would make him better. Anyways, his active ability, Thermal Vision. While activated, see enemy heat signatures for a duration. This is going to play into his smoke ability for sure, because it's like throwing down a smoke on an objective and then activating this, you'll be able to see enemies through the smoke. And with getting that, it sounds like you should be able to pull off a pretty good play. Getting sniped through the smoke is going to be a huge counter to Phantom, because I know Phantom can't do anything nearly that good. Anyways, let's talk about his passive ability. So his passive ability is Shrapnel Rounds. This says damaging an enemy with a firearm will slow them for a short duration. Or actually it just says for a duration, but I'm assuming it is slow. Let's talk about some of the rewards that you get with him for mastery. If I were to unlock this would probably be what I run. And I don't know why, but I think it's because it almost reminds me of Drake. I really, really like his character profile, but this one reminds me more of like... who does that remind me of? It reminds me of another hip-hop star from back like whenever Saints Row was popular. If you guys know who that's reminding me of, or who it reminds you of, leave it in the comments, because I have no idea. Yeah, all of his bling is pretty crazy, and then his emote is called the Boogeyman. That sounds kind of cool. Now, to get into the next thing, this is our next topic. I'm going to be showing this off for you. Here we have the Ranked Beta. It's a competitive game mode meant to test the skills of every rogue and provide more intense matches than ordinarily found in casual queues. It is currently in a beta form, which we will see more features and seasons rewards in the near future. Players must be level 30 to participate in this mode. Players can earn up to ranked level 30 through experience. Experience is gained from winning matches in ranked mode, however you will lose experience for losses. So that's your MMR. There are rewards for playing 30 ranked matches and reaching ranked level 30 during the beta. Ranked beta will be played in the demolition game mode, so they did exactly what I've been talking about. They went ahead and made ranked demolition only, is what it seems like. Ranked beta will not use the current skill-based matchmaking and will prioritize matches where players have comparable skill ratings. Players will be able to queue in this mode in any sized party. That is really, really good. That's what I was hoping for. Ranked beta matches will award 10% more mastery experience. So, let's take a look at this. It says here, Ranked beta. Play in a separate competitive queue against Rogue Company's finest. We'll see about that. Gain rank points by winning matches. You may also derank for losing. Reach ranked level 30 to earn a cosmetic reward. Okay, cool. Ranked level 30 looks pretty cool. I would like to go for level 30. I might be pushing ranked here soon to try and get to level 30. I like their ranking system. I hope it stays simple like this. Let's talk about maps. They adjusted midpoint by opening windows and rearranged cover on canals. That is really going to help because you could camp extremely well in that room. Looks like you still can, but now there's a flank on that cover through the window. Yeah, I like that. And then the area near the tower bridge on High Castle by rearranging cover and adding a backboard to allow for grenade bounces. Oh, that's super cool. No, hold on. Did they do a big bad there? They honestly could have messed up because... I think they messed up, to be honest, because now you can't shoot people that are on the bridge, and I know snipers, especially the new operator that they just added, is going to need those snipe points, and I think they just cut one off. We'll see how that goes. I think this is still going to be a really good map for him nonetheless. Windward, simplified furniture and railing in a few spots on the map. So this is what it looked like before, and this is what it looks like after. So it kind of looks like they got rid of... What did they get rid of? Oh, they got rid of the trash can right here. Like this little trash can and all this stuff. Not like that's really going to matter. However, the trash piles might have been a problem. I don't think they had hitboxes, so I don't see why they did this. If you ask me, this is Hi-Rez just going to extents to make unnecessary changes. So before and after. Oh, okay. They got rid of plants. What are they doing? Hi-Rez. Can you chill? Like, you removed a bit of the plant, and you removed the plant here. You guys are just landscaping your maps. Why? Did we get any new maps? No, we didn't. Anvil. Fixed an issue that would prevent Anvil from deploying his barricade. Yes! Oh my god, finally. Oh, jeez. Anvil has been so hard to play for so long, and he's been my main for a consistent amount of time. Glitch got the bounce back perk. Weird typo, reduce your health regeneration delay, has been replaced by tenacity, take reduced damage from explosions. That's a nerf. What? Why are you guys nerfing your characters already? Okay, we'll talk more about that. Ronin's ballistic knife should no longer be used up if a player reclaims it, or reclaims and equips it. Okay, hold on. Wait, no. This is good. If a player reclaims and equips it. So what this is a huge buff to Ronin, because if you picked up your special after you threw it and wanted to throw it down again to place maybe a different mine somewhere to try and trap someone on objective, it would use your entire ability instead of giving you the knife back and recharging your ability. This is so good. And then it looks like Scorch got an issue where a green tent could be observed from her activated ability. Was Scorch able to be spotted while she was activated on it? I'm not sure I ever saw that, so I don't know what they're talking about there. The tenacity perk has been replaced by helping hand for Trench, so Trench just got a nerf as well. However, I think people are not using tenacity as much because the health regen coming back isn't really a big issue, because in Rogue Company you either die or you don't usually, and if you don't die you have enough time to get away and kind of heal up. And if you are in a multi-person fight and you're waiting for that recharge, even if it's faster, sometimes they can get to you before it really matters. So oftentimes, I only really see people go for the 210k perks and then maybe one of the lower ones, especially the reload faster and swap weapons faster. No, I digress. The tenacity perk never really gets used. So with the flashbang, I'm seeing this here. This is for Chalk, Glitch, and Talon, for those of you who didn't know who had it. The flashbang fuse time has been reduced from 2 to 1.75 seconds. 0.25 more seconds could be a a make or break issue, but I'm not sure they really needed to do that. The flashbang, while it didn't seem very viable, is also very overpowered, so I don't think there's much of a reason for them to be buffing it at this time. It's honestly the only way that I could use some of my characters. Like, Chalk is almost essential for it, no matter whether he has the D40 or not, because if he has that D40 in his hand, yes, he's going to be hitting hard, but the thing with it is, his ability is only handy if you're either getting ready to push a giant fight or if you're down. And if you're down, then you've got to escape. Having those flashbangs can make it really easy to get those early engagements and still be able to save your ability instead of having to use it either because you go down or because you have to instantly self-heal. And then they fixed an issue where players would sometimes see a hit marker on enemies outside of the flashbang radius. Oh, I didn't know that was happening. Oh my god, that was broken. That basically means that it was showing that you hit people whenever you didn't. So in other words, it was lying to you. If people had avoided your flashbang, it was telling you that you would still hit them. And I think I was getting that issue because I was pushing a lot of the times after having my flashbang thrown, and it seemed like they could still see me. I think I even accused a couple people of cheating because I felt like they weren't getting affected by my flash, and I know Anvil's the only one that currently has an ability like that. We have the EMP grenade. This is Dallas, Dima, and Scorch. Now, this is going to be really good if they actually made this better, but it doesn't look like they did. They just increased the radius from 6 to 8 meters. The only character that I can see using this is Dallas, because his smoke grenade isn't necessary as much as it should be. And this is really good for taking out barbed wire from Trench, who is now nerfed, so I don't know how much they'll use him. But he's not really nerfed. Like I said, tenacity isn't a big deal. Losing that isn't going to be a big issue, and I think people are still going to be insanely competitive with Trench. He's an extremely good objective player, so he's probably going to be essential in the new ranked mode. But once again, guys, I'm going to be dropping a video shortly after this one to go through ranked and talk about everything there. This is going to be a pretty lengthy video anyways. We're just trying to go through all of the patch notes. Also, if you guys like me going through patch notes with you and talking over things and hearing my point of view and perspective on game changes, let me know in the comments, because I actually enjoy making these types of videos and being able to sit down and talk with you guys and be open about how I'm feeling about the games that we're currently playing. As you can probably tell, it's a lot easier for me to talk about things whenever I have something to go off of, such as patch notes or game changes that are apparent to the naked eye, so I can just go in and I can experience all of these changes that they're making, and I can give my opinion on them. Whereas if I'm trying to come up with the gameplay for you guys, it's usually focused more on the gameplay and less on the commentary, so we've got to find that balance somewhere. And I enjoy making these types of videos. Not saying the gameplay is going to go anywhere, but I might have some gameplay over this video actually while I'm talking about the new changes. So if you guys end up seeing gameplay over this, you'll know that the decision was made. Anyways, let's get into it. Again, the tear gas grenade. This is Trench and Vi's grenade. Now, I will say the tear gas grenade is insane, to put it best. They actually they reduced the radius, though. They just nerfed it pretty hard. They reduced the radius from 10 to 8 meters. They reduced the duration from 8 to 7 seconds, and the slow effect was reduced from 25% to 20%. So the tear gas grenade was almost as good as Anvil's barbed wire, and they just nerfed it hard. So Trench and Vi actually did just get a nerf, but I don't think Vi's gonna be bothered by it too much. However, Trench has only got one thing going for him, and that's slowing his opponents down and holding them in place. Trench just got hit hard. What I said before about him being viable, I think I want to say, in ranked, I don't know if I would even call him viable in ranked before. But what I said about him before being usable in ranked might not be the case right now. We'll see what that nerf does, because if he's not going to be able to slow them very much with his tear gas and has to rely on his ability, which is going to take up to, an entire round to recharge, he's not going to be able to help every single round unless he's really getting a lot of damage and getting all of those kills that he needs to get his ability back. Now, we are going to go through and talk about perks now, because it looks like they changed at least one perk. Headstrong update got this is the perk with additional armor that is carried by Anvil, Dallas, Glitch, Scorch, the Fixer, and Trench. When the player's armor has taken damage and they are standing still, they gain an interact prompt to repair their armor. What? Holy crap. Did they really just do this? Oh my god. The total repair time is 3 seconds. Pardon me. Similar to reviving, players will temporarily crouch and repair will end if the player moves. There will be an audio notification for the duration of the repair. That's not good. That means people can hear you repairing your armor. When the player finishes or interrupts repairing their armor, they must retrieve their weapon. They may not interact with any other object during this repair. What? Why would you make us drop our weapon to repair our armor? No. Repairing your armor is completely pointless. Might as well just leave it down, because you're gonna... The only time I would ever do this if I knew where the enemy was and I knew they weren't gonna push. This is stupid. Hi-Rez, this is stupid. Okay. My opinion, do not use the new Headstrong ability to repair your armor if you have the additional 25 armor. Don't. If you know where your enemy is and you know that they're not looking for you and that they're sitting on an objective, maybe, because it gives you that additional 25 armor back. Other than that, don't try this, because if they push you while you're repairing your armor, you're going to have to pick your gun back up and you're going to get screwed over. The only thing I can think of is switching to your primary after you do this, but why? There are no primaries in the game that are capable of winning fights after everyone has their primaries, except for the Executioner. So the only viable characters that are going to be able to do this are Anvil and maybe the Fixer and Trench. I don't know how the Fixer's sidearm is yet. We're going to be checking that out in the next video, which is going to drop a little bit after this one. Anyways, let's get into weapons really quickly, because this video is being drawn out really far. The assault rifles that were changed are the KA-30. This is Dima and Ronin's weapon. And you guys will be extremely happy to hear that they reduced the reticle bloom. So, more accurate KA-30. There you go. The SMGs, it looks like the Nightshade, the most overpowered, highest DPS weapon in the game right now, was buffed? What? They buffed the Nightshade, the Vise SMG. I was talking about it the other day while I was playing with some people, that it's the most overpowered thing in the world. Listen to this. Body damage was increased from 16 to 17, and accuracy loss per shot was slightly reduced. And then the SLC, which is carried by Ronin and Scorch, which is amazing because they fixed an issue where the level 1 and 2 upgrades had the wrong recoil. Now, I don't know if that's a nerf, because possibly the recoil was buffed with level 1 and level 2 upgrades. But I'm hoping that it was nerfed with the level 1 and level 2 upgrades, and they fixed it to where we'll have better recoil with the SLC now. However, with the DMRs, I was talking about it earlier, that I was not sure if the Fixer had another primary, and it turns out he does. He has the same DMR that Talon has, the D3DI. I was unaware that that was what it was called, but that is the Japanese appearance DMR, the semi-automatic one that Talon carries. And if you guys haven't been around that or been hit by it before, it hits like a truck. The hipfire accuracy was slightly reduced, and they adjusted the damage fall off range. That's all the information I have. They haven't said whether they made it better or worse. but they adjusted it. I'm really hoping that means that they might have made it better, but that probably means that they nerfed it. Now, the Mamba. Looks like the Mamba got a nerf even though it wasn't that competitive. The range was my apologies. It got a buff. The range was increased from 27 to 29 meters, and the horizontal recoil was slightly reduced. Now, we also have another weapon that you guys might have even used before if you've played Dahlia or Trench, the MXR, his M14 remake. Fire accuracy was slightly reduced. Range reduced from 31 to 27 meters. Adjusted damage fall-off range, probably nerfed it. Fixed an issue where players would still show up on the minimap when shooting after purchasing the level 3 upgrade. Fixed an issue where this weapon has smaller reticle bloom than intended. Oh my. The MXR isn't dead, but that hurts it pretty bad. Now we're going to look at a pistol that a lot of you don't like, but it looks like it might actually be better. The Spitfire. This is Chalk, Lancer, and Ronin's sidearm. The reticle bloom was reduced. The range was increased from 8 to 9 meters, and they adjusted the damage fall-off range. So they buffed it. In other words, I'm going to have to go check out all of these things, and we will find out. Now, here's the thing with what I say to be the best pistol in the game. The Executioner, Anvil, Dahlia, Dima, Glitch, Saint, Trench, and Vise sidearm. Just had its damage fall off range reduced. Now, am I upset about that? Probably not. The Executioner can win fights against ARs, and it's kind of broken. Now, we have a few quality of life changes and bugs. We have added a telemetry setting that allows players to see their FPS information. I'll be using that. 3D audio, which works with stereo headphones, can now be toggled on and off in the settings. Made improvements to the lighting during the rogue selection. Skins, wraps, and emotes are now sorted by rarity on the customization screen. Surrender feature changes. Removed the surrender wait time in custom matches. Now it can be called at any time. Reduced the time needed to trigger a surrender after a player leaves from 3 minutes to 2. Reduced the default surrender time, and now can be called when the team is full to 4 minutes. Bugs that were fixed. PlayStation 4 will now save the last mode played instead of defaulting to demolition. Fixed an exploit with aim assist via dead zone settings. Fixed an issue where the money effects from Heist Dima could persist when favoriting a new rogue in the main menu. Fixed an issue that caused players that have completed the tutorial to get the login pop-up again. Fixed an issue that allowed players to throw melee weapons infinitely. I was not aware of that. Fixed an issue that caused the news panel to appear every time the user logs in. Fixed an issue where killing your rogue with C4 in the shooting range caused a crash. Fixed an issue where the bomb could be planted on top of an APS. I'm assuming that was probably extremely broken. Corrected spacing in the surrender text strings. Surrender, yes. Surrender, you, it looks like you voted yes. Okay, cool. Corrected a UI issue that would sometimes block the purchase screen after a purchase and not allow the user to return to the main menu. Okay, cool. Fixed several issues causing crashes. Addressed an issue where players could not shoot through barbed wire. I was really hoping that wasn't an issue because I used to use it for cover. Fixed an issue which would prompt players to replay the tutorial. Fixed an issue that would sometimes prevent rogue buck packs and other store content from loading. Fixed an issue which could happen to players while joining a match and on the post-match summary screen. Fixed an issue which could prevent players from opening the scoreboard and selecting a player to report or mute. And fixed an issue which allowed certain controller settings to provide unintended levels of aim assist. This is going to be amazing because it was basically aimbot, in case you guys were wondering. That has been an extremely big issue for a long time. But anyways, guys, if you guys have enjoyed this video, it has been a blast to make. Once again, I'm going to put all the socials down below, and I hope you guys have enjoyed. I will talk to you in the next video, which will be posted here in just a few minutes after this one. I will see you guys here in just a moment with some gameplay. Peace out.